A few months back, I did a video of affordable brands that are not fast fashion, and thanks to a number of comments in the original video, as well as some research from myself, I was able to find a number of awesome brands that I wanted to share with you for a part two. Welcome to my channel. My name is James. Before I go down this rabbit hole, I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping. I am very aware that the term affordability is a relative term. So I've done my best to kind of come up with a number of different price points within this area. Please try to keep an open mind and just understand that not every single person is going to have the same level of affordability that you have. So please keep an open mind and just watch as much as you can. And if you do have a brand that you think is awesome that is well within that price range, feel free to let me know. I'd love to do this. I'm also going to keep out like Wrangler, Carhartt, and that Kirkland brand because I know that you already know about them and it's no point for me to talk about it, but let's get into the video. So number one on the list is Dearborn denim. And if you're not familiar with Dearborn denim, that makes complete sense. They are a Chicago-based denim manufacturer and I am super impressed with them. I just recently went into their boutique. It is like literally right around the corner from me. And they have jeans from $29 all the way up to $75. And at first I was like, how could you make a good pair of jeans for 30 bucks? So just a few days ago, I actually went into the store and tried on their, I believe it's called the Long Rider. They have a Long Rider Model 1 and a Long Rider Model 2. From my understanding, the Long Rider Model 2 is a little bit of a looser, more relaxed fit. And then the Long Rider number 1 is more like your traditional like cowboy cut. And let me tell you, for $29, these are insanely good quality. I am not being paid by them. They are not a sponsor or anything like that. I believe they use like a 14-ounce denim that has got a great weight to it. The fit is great. And honestly, for 30 bucks, I couldn't even tell you a better pair of jeans for that price because I don't think there are any. I was talking to one of the sales associates there and he said that the owner of the company just likes to make these things and he really doesn't take much of a profit on it. Another pair that I tried on over there was the 100% cotton and it is a $59 price point. This is like more of like a one wash. I believe it's like a 13 ounce. And honestly, that was really impressive as well. Just jeans that if you are on a budget and you're looking for like a really good quality pair of jeans, I highly recommend those two because they were a great piece. I also was in there and I tried on a denim jacket that was the same denim as the cowboy cut or the Long Rider cut, and super impressed by that. They have like chambray shirts. Their belts are amazing as well. They use a Horween leather belt and use their own kind of hardware on it. For 65 bucks, that is a great price belt. I believe it is a Chrome XL leather. One thing that is super cool about them as well is all of their stuff is a raw hem, so you choose your hem length and they'll actually cut and sew it for you. So if you're not familiar with Dearborn denim, or if you were in the market for like a decently good pair of jeans at a really great price, I highly recommend them. So the next brand isn't actually a brand, it is a store, and it is a store out of the UK, I believe, and it is called BlackSmith Store. BlackSmith Store has a in-house brand which seems to be making like really great stuff. They have a type 1 denim jacket for under 100 bucks. They have like really great button-ups for I think like 85. Some of the t-shirts are really gonna be great price, but this website in general just has really great affordable brands that I have never heard of. If you are looking to do some exploring on brands and just kind of find some like streetwear, heritage kind of stuff, it seems like BlackSmith is a great brand to think of. So it's something that I definitely consider. I'm not going to go down every single thing in that brand, but I definitely recommend checking out BlackSmith Store. It seems like they buy them directly from the manufacturer and then sell it to you, so they don't have to cut out like any middleman or anything like that. But definitely something to consider. So next up is going to be P&co, and a number of people commented to check out P&co. It was established in 2013 and they kind of lean towards a heritage aspect of it. You can get really nice raw denim for like $115. They have these amazing fatigue, like wide leg trousers that seem to have really great reviews. Something that I really like too is the fact that they have activewear, and I've been on the hunt for like alternative activewear from a personal level. I'm kind of tired of like the Nikes and all those other brands. So I've tried to find a little bit of this, and so P&co is kind of exciting. I am interested to try on their activewear. They don't have like a huge amount, but they have like I believe $55 shirts or $55 like technical fabric t-shirts, and then is like $60 or $50 shorts. And I understand that athletic shorts at that price point it would be considered expensive, but I believe their heritage stuff is to me is a really great price point, and it is something to consider. And again, it is a small brand established by, you know, 2 people in 2013, so you are helping local business. This is a cool brand to consider, and I definitely recommend kind of putting a thought into this because it seems like their stuff is really great. Bravestar Denim. And Bravestar Denim is a denim manufacturer. Like, I don't really even feel like that they're trying to like become a lifestyle brand. Like, these are dudes that just like denim, and they have really good quality denim for the price. So again, this is a little bit more expensive, but I think you're getting a little bit more specific stuff. So heritage denim, that is going to be a raw denim, Japanese salvage in a number of different cuts for $150. And like I said, that is probably a little bit more on the pricier side, but like I was saying, this is a good example of getting something that is way outside of its price point. Like, you could argue that these jeans should be $200 or $220, and I do believe they are all made in America as well. For $150, you're getting a like raw denim, salvage, heavier weight to break in and wear and stuff like that. I think is a really great price point. But in comparison to like going to J. Crew or going to Madewell, this is a really great alternative to get something heritage. And then they do a denim jacket, which is a relatively similar kind of price point as the jeans. $160, you're getting a type 1 or a type 2 or a type 3, depending on what they're releasing at the time. And again, these are things that you are able to beat up, wear. If you're like a heritage nerd, or you're like starting to become a heritage nerd, but you're not quite sure where you want to go in weights, this is a really great alternative. I've talked about a few other brands at my previous video, so I definitely recommend checking that out as well. So next up is going to be the Howler Brothers. And the Howler Brothers is a non-brothers, but they have a lot of similarities to each other, and they're inspired by like Western wear meets surfer wear meets this. It's kind of like, I would argue, like a Manresa version for like the Southwest or the West Coast, where Manresa, which is another brand that I talked about in a previous video, they're kind of like preppy East Coast snowboarders. These guys are like Western wear surfers, which is kind of funny. And they make a number of awesome stuff. The big thing that you'll see from them is their Western shirts, and they have a number of different materials. They're using like all American cottons. All their stuff is going to be designed in Texas. I mean, for $85, you can get a pearl snap shirt. They have a number of different things. They're a smaller brand, but definitely something I think is really cool and maybe something to consider as well. So we got 2 more, and they're both shoe companies. And I want to say, like, with shoe companies, this is a really good example of you get what you pay for. And the first one that I like quite a bit is going to be, I always screw it up, it's Kleman. It's K-L-E-M-A-N, Kleman, and they are a French-based shoe company that has a lot of similarities to Paraboot. A lot of people would consider these like the alternative to Paraboots. These are made in France. It seems like they're using all bovine leathers. They're using nice construction. They're using Goodyear welting, and they're under $200 or like 190 euro, depending on where you're from. It's going to translate differently. But they have like a really great kind of Paraboot Michael alternative. They have a few beautiful pairs of like derbies, some loafers, things like that. This is a really great version if you're like looking to get into like a nice pair of dress shoes, but you want like a casual dress shoe, or like a smart casual, I guess is the word nowadays. And at some point I'd like to try a pair just to see how they look, but for the $200 mark, it seems like you're getting a really great pair of shoes. The next one is going to be Thursday boots. And again, Thursday boots are not the cheapest boots in the world. And for a long time, I was a Thursday boot skeptic. And the reason being is it was almost pushed too much on the internet. Like, I was watching all these videos and all these boot people were like, great boots for $200 and blah, blah. And I'm like, Thursday is like spending money to let people know that they have good boots. And obviously that makes sense, but then the more people talk about it, the more skeptical I got about it. I digress. We have a store in Chicago, and I was able to go to the Wicker Park store probably 3 weeks to a month ago, and I was super impressed. It's one of those things where, do you ever like grab something and you don't really understand how heavy it is? So I was like grabbing the boot and I was like, wow, all right, this is a really sturdy boot. And I believe all of their stuff is going to be Goodyear welted. I know they use a number of different nice leathers, Horween leather. I know they use some like Italian leathers and stuff like that. And for a Goodyear welted boot, I have 2 or 3 friends that have had theirs for 8-9 years. And they love them. They are replaceable. They seem like they're a really great price. Again, I'm not sponsored by them. This seems like a really great value. And when I went into the store, I was thoroughly impressed. Definitely consider Thursday Boots if you haven't. And I know you've probably heard of them. You've done all the research. You've done all the stuff. I touched them in person and I was extremely impressed. But those are some budget-friendly brands that honestly I think are great value for money and hopefully won't hurt the bank account too much. Thank you all for coming, and make sure you watch the original video because there's some great brands on there. I'll try to do a part 3. I don't know if there's anything more, but leave a comment below if I missed something or some brands that you think are great options, and we'll chat soon. Later.